Hey guys, I'm here to talk about lesson 2 on Zearn and what you're going to be seeing this time around compared to lesson 1. Lesson 2 really kicks it up a notch. You're still going to be talking about bundling. So in lesson 1, they were talking about bundling and how it takes how many for a bundle? 10. You have to have 10 to make a bundle. And what they're trying to show you is when you have 10, that means you can move to the next place value. So if you have 10 ones, you can bundle those up and you can send it over to the tens place. Also, on our place value chart, it kicks it up a notch and you go further than the thousands place. So I'm going to show you. Our place value chart looks a little something like this, and I may have to add to it. But remember, on your place value chart, you always start over to the right. So you start in the ones place, and that's on the right side. So we're going to do ones, and then the next one is tens, hundreds, thousands. Okay. Now remember, it doesn't matter if you know how to spell it or not. Sometimes I tell my students that they could even write like ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. Okay. And if you notice, every time you move up a place value, what do you notice? Every time you move up a place value, we add a 0. And that's kind of what we're talking about here. So then you're going to go up a place value. So you have ones, tens, hundreds, then you have thousands, and the next place value is 10,000s. Okay. So if you notice ones, tens, hundreds, and then you have thousands, and then look, 10,000. I like to kind of point that out. Now, I didn't draw this big enough, but you're going to see this on Zearn. You're going to see it go all the way up to, and I'll go ahead and put this. So you'll go all the way up to the 100,000s. Okay, so in Zearn on lesson 2, and right after 100,000s, who can guess what comes after 100,000s? Millions. Millions will come after 100,000s, but again, I didn't draw this big enough. So something that they do on Zearn is in lesson 2, they quickly move in the front part of your math chat. You're going to talk about bundling, and when we bundle and we move from the ones to the tens, so if we move this way, we're multiplying by 10. Okay, if we move to the left, if we get higher, so if we go from ones to tens, we're multiplying by 10. If we go from tens to hundreds, we're multiplying by 10. Hundreds to thousands, we multiply by 10. So the only way that you can get there, say that we have 200s, I'll write that here, 200s times 10. What we're going to do is we're going to multiply these two discs by 10. So when we multiply, we're just going to put 10 of these. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so again, 10 of something, we move it to the next place value. So this is 10. So we're going to move this bundle over, which makes 1,000. And this is 10. We're going to move this one over. It makes 2,000. So this would equal, so again, in Zearn, they like to do things repetitively, which means they like to repeat things. So they're going to maybe have something here that says hundreds. So they're wanting you to think, how many hundreds do you have now? So if you have 2 bundles and you know in a bundle is 10, you don't even have to count all these dots. You can say 10, 20. So those are 20 hundreds. And 20 hundreds is the same as 2000s. Now, I know that's a lot. And I know that that can get kind of repetitive. You're repeating a lot. But it's just to have great number sense. We got to be great mathematicians. And I'll call us that a lot. We're mathematicians in my class. So something that I want to show you too on Zearn is you will see where they have number sentences that looks like this. So they'll say 1 10,000 is 10 times as many or as much. I'll go ahead. 10 times as much as 1,000. So you'll see a number sentence like this. And I think what's really important and what I want you to notice is I want to change this into a math equation. And it looks kind of scary at first. Like when I look at this sentence, it looks really scary to me. But let's just break it down. Okay, there's some keywords in here that once you understand and we change to a math equation, you'll be fine. So the first thing is it says 1 10,000 is. Okay, and that's really cool. Is stands for equal. Okay, so they're saying 1 10,000. So I'm going to go ahead and write that. 1 10,000 is or equals 10 times. And remember in yesterday, the video I said times stands for multiplication. Okay, so 10 times as much as 1,000. So what's really cool in this lesson 2 on Zearn is what you're going to see is you're going to see the same thing. They're going to show you that anytime you multiply by 10, you move forward. Okay, so anytime you multiply by 10, you move forward. Another cool thing that they do on Zearn is they're going to take it a step further and they're going to start giving us harder problems. So we might get a problem that looks like this. So 4 hundreds, 2 tens times 10. Okay. Anytime you get a problem that looks like this, the place value chart is always going to help you. So when you get a problem that looks like this, I would pause it and I would first draw my place value chart out. Okay. I'm going to label my place value chart. So ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, and 10,000s. Now I didn't go all the way to 100,000s, but that's okay for right now for this problem. So what you're going to do is you're going to first place 4 hundreds and 2 tens. So where would this 4 go? It would go in the hundreds place. So instead of drawing 4 dots, Zearn's saying that we can just put this digit here, 4 hundreds. And then where would the 2 go? It would go in the tens. So we're going to put this 2 here. And then just to fill it all the way out, we're going to put a 0 here. So this number right here, 4 hundreds and 2 tens, is actually 420. So what we're doing is we're multiplying by 10. When we multiply by 10, I'm going to go up. We move forward. So what's going to happen is every digit is going to go up a place value. Okay, so this number 4, we're multiplying it by 10. The 4 is going to go to the thousands place. The 2, we're multiplying it by 10. It goes to the hundreds place. And the 0, same thing as the 4 and the 2, we're moving it to the tens. So now what we're going to do, and it's pretty simple, when we multiply these digits by 10, we're moving up a place value. So we're going to put a 4 here, a 2 here, a 0 here, and then there will be a 0 in the ones place. Okay, so I'm going to put my comma, 1, 2, 3, comma goes here. So then that is 4,200, or 4,000s to hundreds. So that's really cool with Zearn. Another thing that Zearn is going to show you on lesson 2 is they're going to go to division. Okay. Now, when we multiply by 10, I said that we move forward in our place value chart. Can anybody think about when we divide by 10? What do you think we're going to do? We're going to move backwards. So what it's going to have us do, it's going to give you some problems with dividing by 10. Now, when we multiply by 10, we bundle. When we divide by 10, we unbundle. Okay. Now, it might be a little bit confusing, but lesson 2 jumps right into that. So I do want to talk to you about that. So the first problem they give you, and I'm just going to go ahead and do it, is 2,000 divided by 10. And then they have a little thing right here, and then they say hundreds divided by 10. And then you put your answer. Okay, so this is what this first one looks like. Now, every time you start out, you're going to start out with a place value chart. So I'm going to draw my place value chart. I start on the right with my ones. So ones, tens, hundreds, and thousands. Okay, so we're going to start with 2,000. Now, in Zearn, it's saying, okay, we have to divide by 10. Well, we can't really divide this by 10. So what we're going to do is we're going to take one of these and we're going to unbundle in the hundreds place. You'll notice that in Zearn, anytime you divide by 10, you're going to go back a place value. So they take one of these and they move it over here, but we're unbundling. We're not just going to put a circle. We're going to put 10. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're going to do the same thing over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we just unbundled those. We divided by 10. We unbundled them. So now we have how many hundreds? Well, we know that if we unbundle, anytime we bundle, we have 10 of something. So we have 10, 20 hundreds. So these are a bundle. I'm going to go ahead and circle that. Okay. So how many groups of 10 in the hundreds column do we have? Not how many dots, but how many groups of 10? There's 2 groups. So that means that there's 2 hundreds. So really what Zearn's having you do is they're having you figure out 2,000s and 20 hundreds. These sentences actually mean the same thing, because if we remember, if we did 200 times 10, that would be 20 hundreds, and that would equal 2,000. So let me show you how this would look like with our new way by just using the number. So I'm going to fill out my place value chart. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. Okay. And then let's go ahead. We'll do 10,000s. All right. Let's show you this same sentence, but the new way that we did it. So we're going to put a 2 in the thousands place. Okay. So we can put these zeros here. And we're dividing by 10. So if we were multiplying by 10, we would move forward. And I said if we divide by 10, we're moving backward. So we're going to put all of these back one. So my 2 would go to the hundreds place. This 0 would go here, and this 0 would go here. So it would be, so if we did 2,000 divided by 10, that would equal 200s. Okay, so that's what you're going to see on Zearn. You're going to see them doing this strategy with dividing by 10, and you're also going to see them do this way. Now, I love this way where you show the numbers, but just know that when we multiply by 10, we're going to move forward. Okay, when we multiply by 10, we're moving forward. When we divide by 10, we're moving backwards. Okay, so let me go ahead and show you what your exit ticket is going to look like. So I put some directions on the first slide. It says complete the lesson 2 exit ticket. Draw a place value chart to help you answer the questions. So when you go to these questions, you don't have an option to draw a place value chart. Okay, you don't have that option this time. So you need to get out a piece of paper and pencil and draw this in a place value chart, and then you're just going to type in your answer right here. Okay, now again, I've put tables there. All you have to do when you go to this is you just click on it, and then you backspace, and you'll just type in your name right there. Okay. Now, on this last one, just says type here, do your best. I want to see how well you do. I just want to see you answer this question. We haven't talked about word problems just yet, but I want to see what you can do with this one. All right. Now, it says if you need help, please email Miss Shelbi. Some of you all might need help. On Tuesday, we did an email tutorial. So if you need to email me, go back to that tutorial, watch it, and email me. I'll be happy to help. So hopefully after you do the lesson 2, you're going to do number gym, discovery, canyon, math chat, tower power. You can do the bonus, and then you're going to complete lesson 2 exit ticket. Okay, guys, I hope that you have an awesome Wednesday. I love you. If you need any help, get to me. I'd be happy to help.